Hey guys, what's going on? Today is the 16th of March, meaning we have brand new token shop heroes. Let's take a look. I'll tell you if I think you should get them based on your situation or not, generally. So first off, this will be around for 16 days, basically ends at the very end of March. So April 1st will be new heroes. So we have 16 days. We have Sven, Vanguard, and Captain Ivanov. Now, Sven, Season X hero, Vanguard, Season 3, Captain Ivanov, Season 2. Season X heroes are more expensive. They're 3,000 tokens compared to every other season. So Seasons 1 through 4 are 2,400 tokens. So it is actually a fairly significant increase in price. But generally speaking, Season X heroes are going to be better than, Seasons 1 through 4. Now, is that the case? Not always, but in this particular example, I really, really believe most people should be buying Sven. The reason for that is Sven is arguably like the best tiler in the game, better than Captain Ivanov. I know people have been asking me, hey, should I get Ivan just for tiling? Sven is probably better or more valuable than Captain Ivanov for tiling exclusively. He's pretty awful in combat, and I'll tell you why he's really good for tiling. So Sven, his 8th ability, when troop current power is halved, he attacks twice. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. But when the squad is defeated, basically meaning all the enemy units are killed, you just have one troop remaining. So instead of dying, you live with one troop. And this is really, really important for tiling because tiles will basically kill 100% of your troops very, very quickly. But not Sven. Usually what happens is you'll actually end up killing the entire enemy squad, and then the poison goes off. So if you attack a tile and you don't have full immunity, you get poisoned after every round. So let's say it's round 1, you kill all of their units, but you get poisoned 100%, and so all your units die. A draw in terms of tiles actually counts as a fail, so you won't take it. But with Sven, you'll have one unit left, and you'll actually win. So he's very, 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 very good. You need his 8th ability, though. If it's your first copy of Sven, it's pretty useless for tiling. But if you already have a copy of Sven, or maybe you screwed up and you got a 6th because he's a frontline hero, then you really, really need his 8th. His 6th is okay. His 7th is okay, but it's generally all about his 8th. So I would pretty much always, if you don't have his 8th ability unlocked, I would generally say, yes, go for Sven. Use the 3,000 tokens. You're going to get so much value out of it in your Doomsday seasons, especially if you're in like a competitive Doomsday or Legendary States or something like that. Now, if you already have his 8th unlocked, what do I think about getting Sven? I wouldn't say he's a high priority. So, like I said, his 6th ability, you get 15% extra damage. I'll show you. You get you get 15% extra damage for his 6th ability. And you obviously get double troops and 15% might and resistance. That's okay. 15% damage is actually really good. His 7th, fighters in Heroes Formation has plus 40% might, but you actually never really use fighters. So his 7th ability, pretty useless. He's just basically giving himself 40% might, which is okay. I mean, Sven isn't really there to do a ton of damage. He's basically just there for his 8th ability, just to survive. So usually I would recommend skipping Sven if you already have his 8th ability unlocked. So that's on Sven. I'll actually touch on him a little bit later when I'm talking about Captain Ivanov. But first, let's talk about Vanguard. So Vanguard's a Season 3 hero. Not great for tiling, but she is actually pretty good for base-to-base combat. Basically, she actually nerfs basic attack damage, but she increases combat skill damage. So actually, you can use her with somebody like Huntress. Most of Huntress's damage comes from her skills, actually. But primarily, you're going to be using her in the 3 sister formation. So, Vanguard, Farseer, Countdown. You can use her with Death Rider. It works very, very well, actually. This 45% increased for combat skill damage is very important. And like I said, you can actually use her with Huntress. She will be doing 45% more, but you have to consider the minus 20%. Her 5th ability basically just means that she can evade. So she's just a better tank in the front line. She gets 120 combat speed, pretty much just meaning she can use her 8th ability first. She gives plus 40 might, and then her 8th ability is confusing to people, and I do want to clarify something about her 8th ability. 100% chance to increase the final combat skill casting. So that's what's important. Combat skill. It doesn't mean 8th ability. Always. Sometimes it will mean 8th ability, but it does not. So basically what it means is it'll check your allies' skills. If their 8th ability is a prep skill, then it's going to go check their 5th ability, not a combat skill, a status. It'll check their 2nd, a prep skill. So that's what that basically means. I'll show you on Captain Ivanov as well. He has a status skill, so this ability will not be affected by her 8th. A passive skill won't be affected. Another passive skill won't be affected. So Vanguard's 8th ability only works on combat skills. And this happens always on turns 1, 3, 5, and 7 only. If the skill requires prepping, so let's say it's a 2-turn prep skill like Hummingbird's 8th combat skill, you have a 60% chance to skip that 1 turn of prep. So in any case, what would I do with Vanguard? I would probably skip Vanguard. I ran her frequently, even in Season X. Vanguard Countdown Death Rider, pretty good, very, very powerful, strong hitting combo. But at this point in the game, there are just so many good heroes. It's time for Vanguard to sit on the bench. So I would ignore Vanguard. I would skip her, even if it's your last copy. And finally, we get to Captain Ivanov. This is one that people have asked me about already. And we've had, an hour? The token shop's been up for an hour. What do I think about getting Captain Ivanov? So as I had said before, I actually think Sven takes the cake for the strongest tile hero in the game. Captain Ivanov used to generally be considered that hero, but Sven is stronger than Captain Ivanov, or just more important. Captain Ivanov is a great hero. He does a ton of damage, has no tank at all. He literally doesn't tank at all, but he just does a significant amount of damage. He has an okay CC. He can silence, and silence basically means they're unable to use their skills. So their 2nd, 5th, and 8th. They can basic attack, they just can't use their skills. So the silence is actually really good, and it even works on heroes like Huntress, for example, who skill activates after they basic attack. If they're silenced, the skill is not going to activate. They'll just basic attack, and that's it. He has a plus 100 vehicle combat speed. I think if this was changed to damage, for example, I think Ivanov would just be insane. Plus 40% might, and then his 8th ability is just increased 80% damage, which is huge. Overall damage is actually the most important stat. So it's better than just saying increases 80% might or whatever. So in any case, Ivan's very, very, very good for tiles. He's S tier for tiles, and he's probably A tier for combat. Kamikaze Anna Ivan is still a really, really good combo, even in Season X. I'll show you an example. Caesar, Anna Ivan, solid combo. No Season X heroes, you'll notice, and it actually broke through Kang's vehicle. You can see here the stats, the attributes. Kang, for the most part, outclassed him in terms of might and resistance, and even tactical might and tactical resistance. Grigory Rasputin over here had more HP and more speed, as well as enhanced troops. But in any case, I would say fairly equal. If Kang doesn't actually Kang probably has an advantage in this scenario, but that combo still won. So it's pretty good. It's basically, you can run Panther Anna Ivan. You really run Ivan generally with Anna always, but it works out fairly well, even in Season X, like I said. Kamikaze Anna Ivan's actually still a really potent combo. Unfortunately, Kamikaze is just generally used in other combos, and in my opinion, Anna should probably be used in other combos. So if you're a uber max base, you're probably not going to be using Ivanov, but if you're not, you'll probably be using Ivanov in a 2nd vehicle APC, for example. He's just a really good candidate for that. So overall, I would say he does a ton of damage. He's really, really strong for tiles, and he's really good for base combat. I personally would invest the tokens for Ivan, but it's pretty expensive, and I would pick Sven's 3,000 tokens over Ivanov's 2,400. Either way you shake it, it's going to be okay. I would go for at least one of them during this kind of token rotation. If you can get both, okay. Ivanov's an example of a hero who actually benefits pretty well with his 6th and his 7th. but the majority of his damage is going to come through 1 through 5 and 8, and that's actually the order: 8, 6, 7 for every single one of these heroes. 8, 6, 7, and even for Vanguard, even though she's a frontliner, 8, 6, 7. So that's about it, guys, on this token shop. Let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully I've explained it well enough, but everybody's situation is a little bit differently. The general guidance that I go to with tokens is make sure you're going to have enough tokens in case a really, really good Season X hero comes out in 16 days, for example. We have no predictions currently on Season X heroes, none that are accurate. At least if you see some, it's probably old or inaccurate. So we actually just really have no idea. So I can't tell you, oh, wait a couple weeks, so-and-so is coming out. I just don't know. So I would always generally recommend having 3,000 or knowing you'll have 3,000 for the next rotation. Okay, guys, that's about it from me. I'll catch you guys later. I know I actually had been slacking a little bit on the videos, but I'd been very busy, so expect more. I will have, hero pools. I have Oblivion content, a bunch of stuff coming. So stay tuned, guys. I'll catch you guys later. Have fun. Spring's coming for some of us. Fall, I guess, for half of the world. But in any case, I'll catch you guys later. Stay healthy. Stay having fun. Good luck. Keep each other safe. Look out for each other. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Wake up, early mornings, late nights, hopping on a different flight. What's the meaning of life, ayy? Wake up, same-ish, different day. Make a wish, call it pray. Am I sick, am I okay, ayy? Stay up.